So in this short video, I wanted to answer the question about, do we believe it's possible to make a full recovery from ME chronic fatigue, and how do we define full recovery? So let's maybe start off the second part of the question. How do we define full recovery? Well, we would define full recovery as somebody no longer meeting the diagnostic criteria for ME chronic fatigue. Now, there are different criteria that you can use. One of the things I think that we would say is important is somebody is able to live a full, normal, healthy life. But that doesn't necessarily mean somebody going back to living exactly the same life they lived before, because it may be the case, not necessarily, but it may be the case that it was trying to live that life, which is what made them ill in the first place. And what I mean by that is, if they were living big achiever patterns, helper patterns, they may have had a somewhat skewed perspective of what's normal. I.e., normal, healthy people have physical boundaries. They get tired sometimes. They need to have days off. They need to have rest sometimes. So sometimes people that have a predisposition towards something like ME chronic fatigue can have a somewhat skewed perspective nonetheless. For us, full recovery is not someone having to be careful the whole time. You know, I've come across people that say they're fully recovered, but they seem very much kind of cautious around how they live their life. And that is definitely not the definition that we would use. In terms of, is it possible to make a full recovery? The best way to answer that would be to say, well, all of the psychology team and many of the overall team here at the Optimum Health Clinic have had ME chronic fatigue and have made full recoveries. So I'm somewhat surrounded by, let's say, people that have had that experience. But I think the question people are really asking is it possible for them to make a full recovery? And the honest answer is, I don't know the answer to that question. We certainly don't have every answer to every case of ME chronic fatigue. I think it would be arrogant to say that we do, and it would also be incorrect to say that we do. We're always learning, we're always developing, we're always improving what we do. I think what I would say is we're confident that the vast majority of people will see improvement in working with the team at the Optimum Health Clinic. And indeed, our recent patient survey found that, and also the bits of research that we're starting to do have also found that as well. I think the thing that I'm always most fixated on when I work with people is, how do you move someone forwards from where they are? And if someone has been bedbound for 5 years, let's say, getting to the point that they can start to go out of the house for little periods of time is a complete life transformation. If somebody has been housebound for a number of years, to be able to start doing some kind of part-time work and feel well doing that, again, is a major improvement. So I think there can be a little bit of a fixation sometimes on full recovery. And what we're really looking at is, how do we help someone improve? How do we help someone move forwards from where they are? And ultimately, sure, we want to get someone to full recovery. And our definition definitely is that you can live the full life that you want to be able to live.